It's Tiffany Haynes, and this is Tiff Off The Record. So pull up a chair, grab a coffee, and let me talk about what's been on my mind this week. So I am one happy mama bear, and you all are due for an update on Isaiah's personal development. So, okay, y'all, it has been some things that have transpired. If you missed my first Off The Record where I was telling you what I'm doing with my son, why I'm doing it with my son, how you can do the same, that link will be linked below or above here. But I'll give like a 30-second recap. My son, who reached out to me, he doesn't live with us anymore, right? He lives in Nashville. He was in a music program in Nashville, and Christmas was coming up, Christmas of 2025, and he had given me some gaming thing that he wanted. He always asked for something in gaming since he was 5 years old, and then he switched it. A few weeks later, he hits me up and he's like, I only want personal development for Christmas. I don't want anything else. I just want personal development for Christmas. And I'm like, what? Okay, and with that, we put together a 6-month development program customized for a young adult that could help him transform his life from the inside out. And so I talked about what led us to that and how it works and all the things in my last video. When we left off last, he was with Coach Ro. He had just finished up like a 10-day fast with her, fasting and raw fruits and vegetables. Okay, he did raw fruits and vegetables, and on the last 2 days, they did a water fast. So he just finished this up, and he was now eating hot food, and he kind of had been like a zombie during the 10 days. Like, he just was like, ugh, you know. I talked to him on the phone, and he's trying to stick with it, but he's feeling mighty low, okay, mighty low. So I wanted to catch you guys up. So he gets into the hot food, and now the engines are roaring, okay? So he's doing workouts. He's able to hit more weights. He's running. He's doing all the things. And I can't remember if I mentioned this on the last video or not, but Words Taylor, who's my brother and business partner, him and Rochelle, okay, my sister and business partner, were in Nashville shooting some content with Whitney Moss because Rochelle is collaborating on a challenge she's doing with Whitney. Okay, that's a whole thing, okay, that you've got to get into this challenge. But I digress. Let me get through this. We'll talk about Rochelle and what she's got going on later. So she's in Nashville, and so because she's in Nashville, they're like, let's go check on Zay, you know, see how he's doing. Well, he's sitting around and he tells them, like, I don't even know how the conversation came up because I wasn't there. I'm still in Dallas working. I'm sitting at my desk working. I get a FaceTime. They're on FaceTime. Words FaceTimes me, and it's him, Ro, and Zay in the room. And he's like, Tiff, Zay has an opportunity to make $600. I will give him $100, and Rochelle says she'll give him $500 if he can run a 10-minute mile because he says he can run a mile in 10 minutes. Rochelle has no faith in him. She's like, you can't do that because you have not been working out. You have not been taking care of yourself. You know, you don't have the stamina to just go from being sedentary to running a sub 10-minute mile. So Isaiah, because he's being triggered by his ego and the need for cash, okay, he's like, finally says, I think I could do it. So they take me, the camera, okay, I'm still on FaceTime. They take me downstairs to the gym because they're in a hotel, and go down to the gym, and Zay's running, and he's keeping a pretty good pace. And I'm watching, I'm like, okay, sonny boy, okay, you better show them. And he hits about the half-a-mile mark, he's still running good. And then like close to the 0.6 mile, he's pounding the pavement. Like his feet must felt like bricks, okay? And he's pounding the pavement, and Ro's like, I told y'all he's not gonna be able to do it. And a little over the 0.6 mile mark, he jumps off the treadmill. He's like, I'm done, I can't do it. And so they're like, you know, trying to all in his face, right? But he knew that he was getting ready to come to Rochelle's for his 30-day transformation with her. So that was one of the big milestone markers, was couldn't we get him to, at the end of the month, run a sub 10-minute mile? That was a big thing. Okay. And he is finishing up his 10 days raw. He's now going into this final week, and he has to now test for this mile, okay? He's working out, he's feeling better. She's like, I finally got my workout partner. Ro's feeling great about how he's feeling, and he's getting ready to run a 10 mile. Let me tell you how I am in the office. He had lost, okay, so I gotta catch up on this. Okay, he had lost 17 pounds after the 10 days raw and the water fast. Okay. Once he began eating again and hitting the weights harder, he was in his mind, he's like, okay, I'm about to be down another 7 pounds at the end of next week because I'm not having any carbs, I'm not having any sugar, I'm working out twice a day. He's doing cardio in the morning, cardio in the evening, and doing weights every single day. So he's like, I'm for sure gonna be down 7 more pounds. Well, when he got on the scale at the end of the 3rd week, he had gained weight. Or let's rephrase that, he had gained muscle. Because the reason why I say that with a surety is because Rose's scale, it weighs everything. It is a full body scan. So it showed that his body fat dropped. It showed that he improved his metabolic age. It showed that he improved everything in him, but he was heavier because his muscle, he had improved also his muscle. So scientifically, we know, okay, you're healthier, you're stronger. Yes, you have higher on the scale, but you are more fit. But it just doesn't matter. Like in his mind, he wanted to be leaner before he did that, and it just really messed with his head. And we knew that he was gonna have to test for this sub 10-minute mile, and Rochelle, on the same day he was testing, it was weigh-in day. So she was like, I guess I'll have him weigh in when he gets back. And I told her, I was like, what if you have him weigh in first thing in the morning because he's gonna be the lightest, but you blindfold him like he can't see the scale so that it doesn't get in his head before he has to do his 1 mile test. She's like, I like that. So that's what they did. So he's blindfolded. So she sees the number. So she texts me the number, but he doesn't know. And I see that he's a little bit heavier, and it wasn't anything too crazy, but he's a little bit heavier. And I'm like, oh, he's gonna be so, like, even when we were on our calls, he's like, Ma, I can't wait. I'm gonna be in the. So I'm like, okay, so she's trying to kind of pre-work the conversation even in the car. So she's like, you gain more muscle's heavier than fat, and da-da-da-da. So she's trying to like gear him up in his head so he doesn't get in his head about it. And so he's like, I understand, you say that, but when you want that scale to give you what you want it to give it, you don't want to hear anything else. So he goes to the gym, and she says, Tiff, he's about to start the 10-minute mile. She texts me like he's about to start it. I immediately begin praying, okay? I stop what I'm doing working, I'm praying. My husband walks in the office while I'm praying. He's like, babe, he's talking about something. I was like, I'm praying, honey. I gotta pray at least the next 10 minutes. I'm locked in, okay? I'm sending him all the supernatural things I can, because I am praying to God that he gets this win, especially if he has to turn around and hear this news that he gained on the scale, okay? That he gained on the scale. I wanted him to have this. I just really wanted him to have this. I was fully invested, okay? So I'm praying. I'm like, Lord, because he knows how that trying to run that mile took him out before he came there. So I'm like, he's been working out. He's been lifting weights. He's been running with Ro. He's in da-da-da. I was like, he can do this. And so she was literally giving me text messages every single lap he did, because he was actually running a lap around, like it's a 10 lap in the gym that he has to run that'll equal a mile. And every lap she would send me the minute, like how time. She's like, okay, boom, minute 32 seconds, boom, 2 minutes 20 seconds. And I'm like, oh, and I'm just watching my phone. And then finally she texts and says he did it. 8 minutes 57 seconds. He did it. And when I tell you, cheering, because of what he experienced in Nashville, we all got back on FaceTime. So me, Rochelle, Words, and him, and just celebrated him, and just threw a virtual party, okay? Threw a virtual party for him on the phone. So excited for him. He was still on a high that he was like, Auntie Ro, let's go play racquetball. So we hung up, they went and played racquetball, and then she had to tell him on his way home that, yeah, the scale went up and not down, but here's why, and all the things. And so he still was bummed about it. He was really bummed about it, but he still locked in for his final week with Rochelle. And when I tell you, this boy looks completely different. His mindset has improved. His whole body chemistry has changed, and he is just locked in on his health. I'm just so proud of him. As of 2 days ago, he is back home in Nashville. And when I tell you, I was sad, legit sad that he was leaving, because I just felt like while he was there, it was just doing something. It was transforming him in a way, because while he wants to work on his personal development, while he wants to work on his spiritual development and even his financial development, his health that's something that just stares you in the face every day in the mirror. And him finally getting some traction there, some momentum there, was life-changing for him. And so he ended the week, he went and I think he dropped 8 years in his metabolic age. In 28 days, he dropped 8 years in his metabolic age. That is insane. I think he dropped 6% body fat. And it just, I mean, he really transformed himself. He looks great. He looks great. So he's back home and he's on a tight leash that Rochelle has him on, of reporting and all the things. Every meal, every workout, all of that has to be reported to Rochelle. And his reporting is now a part of his weekly audit with me. So he can't negate her and expect to pass his weekly audit with me and get bonuses and things. So he has to be locked in. So he's back home. He had a great month, as you can see from the before and afters. He's feeling good, looking good. She did all kind of things for him, y'all. Shout out to Rochelle. Now I can brag about her and tell you about what she's got going on. Shout out to Rochelle, who would just overly thought of anything she could do for him while he was there. Even before he got there, she's like, I think I want to make sure he can get a massage, and I want to get him to Jerry. I want to get his hair retwisted because he has dreads. I want to do. She was thinking about all that before he got there. He gets there, she does all those things. She goes and takes him to the dentist because she's like, your dental health is a part of your physical health and your cellular health. And so she takes him to the dentist to make sure that he's good there. I mean, she just took such good care of him as a mama, okay? It's one of those things, it cannot be quantified. It's not a check I could write her with that could resemble the thank you for what she did. And the reason why is the thoughtfulness. Like, all she had to do was make sure he ate right and dragged him to the gym with her. And she just did so much more. One of the things that I shared with her personally is like, I really want him to get in the habit of cooking for himself more and having a little bit more confidence in the kitchen. And she said, I got you. And so she cooked meals for him in the kitchen, and they wore these matching aprons every time they cooked. I mean, when I tell you they were the cutest, they are the cutest. They had so much fun with each other. And every time I talked to him, he was like, I'm just having so much fun with her. Like, he loved hanging out with Ro. He loved talking to her. She said, I love that I can correct him. He doesn't seem to take it personal. He can take it and truly grow from it. And that definitely is his personality. And I think it helped with him already being in a development type of environment. But she just like, I just love hanging out with him. And he loved hanging out with his auntie Ro. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to Ro. If you need your health transformed, okay? She is doing a 5-day challenge, y'all. She's doing a 5-day challenge with Whitney Moss, okay? Our girl Whitney Moss, who is an influencer on social media. She was known for like Christian dating, or, you know, Christian girl with aspirations to be married and having funny content around there. But the girl's married now. She's married now. And not too long after she got married, she found out that she was pre-diabetic. So when she saw Rochelle's interview on CeCe Winans' platform, she had reached out to her just to kind of tell her that she loved the interview and that she had been diagnosed with being pre-diabetic. And Rochelle was like, what? Rochelle went out there, personally cleared out her closets and pantries and all the things and got her back on track with her health. So now they're doing a 5-day challenge so they can see how many people they can help together, because you have to be whole and healed on a cellular level. So excited about that challenge. And if you're watching this, there's still time for you to attend. I'd love for you to come. But shout out to her, even as if you follow me and you love me and you've been invested in this journey for Zay, you must attend this challenge so you can see what this woman is really all about if you have not been exposed to her. A heart of gold, as you can even hear with what she did for my son. A heart of gold, a heart for the people, the people's champ. So yeah, join us on her 5-day challenge. But I just wanted to update you on Zay. Now is the true test, because he still has to send his weigh-ins at the end of the week. And she got him the same exact scale that she has. That's gonna give her the metabolic age. It's gonna give her that body fat percentage, all of the things. And that boy better produce some results, or she is gonna fly down to Nashville herself. I know her, and get him together. So he's got to stay locked in on his own, being his own boss and being his own police officer to make sure that he's doing the right thing. And then we're going to be moving more into income producing things now for him. He's done a lot of the personal development, a lot of the spiritual development, and he's really looking now in his health now. And now he's looking to what are some things he can do to increase his revenue. So the next video I have, we'll be checking in about that and seeing how well he did on doing his health on his own. How many of us having to do our health on our own cannot be trusted, okay? So we'll see how he did there. I have high hopes for him because he's got to report to the big dog, and I know she is not gonna take nothing short of results, okay? But thank you for hanging out with me as always. Tiff Off The Record. I'll see you in the next video.